Top news headlines. 72-hour Manipur general strike evokes mixed response. ATSAM demands immediate release of 12 student bodies. "66 medical students fully vaccinated test COVID-19 positive." And Congress says conspiracy against it in Northeast. A very good evening. Before we move on to the news, a COVID awareness for the general public. We are collectively facing a pandemic threat that is sweeping across the humanity beyond oceans and borders. Considering the seriousness of COVID-19, it's about time we step up against this deadly disease. Maintain a safe distance from others, even if they don't appear to be sick. Wear a mask in public, especially indoors, or when physical distancing is not possible. Choose open, well-ventilated spaces over closed ones. Clean your hands often. Use soap and water or an alcohol-based hand rub. Get vaccinated when it's your turn. Follow local guidelines about vaccination. Cover your nose and mouth with your bent elbow or a tissue when you cough or sneeze. Stay home if you feel unwell. This is Pony Television giving you the latest Thursday English bulletin. I'm loving RIMAI, now the news in detail. At least 66 students studying in SDM College of Medical Sciences and Hospital in Karnataka's Dharwad have tested positive for coronavirus COVID-19 infection, according to a report in Hindustan Times on Thursday. As a precautionary measure, 2 hostels of the college have also been sealed, officials further told PTI. Of the total 400 students studying in the college, about 300 have undergone COVID-19 testing so far, said the PTI report. Officials believe that the spread might be a result of a students' event held almost a week ago. They have also advised students to avoid attending programs like marriage, functions, and cultural gatherings. Meanwhile, the officials informed that all students as well as staff have been vaccinated with 2 doses of the COVID-19 vaccine, but added the efforts are on to verify the records. The 72-hour Manipur-wide general strike call given by the World Meitei Council (WMC) and 16 other civil society bodies evoked mixed response on Thursday. The bandh is in protest against the Manipur government for failing to send Meitei ethnography and socio-economic report to the Center for Inclusion of Meitei in the Scheduled Tribe list. WMC says the Union Ministry of Tribal Affairs has already asked the Manipur government to submit the report for consideration of the demand. The council had set November 25 as the deadline to the Manipur government to send the report. WMC said essential services are exempted from the purview of the strike. Petrol pumps, schools, colleges, shops, markets and banks remained closed due to the strike today. The police have taken up measures at vulnerable places to prevent unwanted incidents. The 72-hour bandh called by World Meitei Council and 16 other civil society bodies affected normal life in Bishnupur district. Our correspondent reports that vehicles were off the road in the district. Tribal student bodies ATSAM, ANSAM and KSO have threatened to impose Manipur total shutdown over arrest of 12 members belonging to the organizations by the police. The student leaders belonging to Atsam, Ansam and KSO were reportedly arrested at Numba in Senapati district for enforcing an indefinite economic blockade along 2 national highways connecting Manipur to push for their demand. They were arrested by a combined team of Numba police and commandos at around 11:30 p.m. on Wednesday and brought to Imphal at around 4:30 a.m. on Thursday. The All Tribal Students Union Manipur Atsam and its federating units, the All Naga Students Association Manipur Ansam and the Kuki Students Organization at KSO are seeking discussion on Manipur Hill Areas Autonomous District Council's Bill 2021, a new bill to replace the existing ADC bill recommended by the Hill Areas Committee HAC of the Manipur Legislative Assembly. Meanwhile, in a press statement, Atsam demanded immediate release of the 12 student leaders without any condition before 2 p.m. today. Atsam and its federating units will be compelled to enforce a total shutdown in Manipur in case the government fails to fulfill the demand. In the meantime, suspected economic blockade supporters pelted stones at loaded trucks late Tuesday evening, which were heading towards Imphal with security escorts along National Highway 2 in Senapati district, according to reports. Official reports say that around 100 loaded vehicles stranded at Mao Gate due to the economic blockade sponsored by All Tribal Students Union Manipur Atsam and its federating units were escorted back to Imphal by personnel of the State Police Commandos late last night. The reports say that while the loaded vehicles were crossing Senapati district headquarters, unknown persons suspected to be supporters of the ongoing blockade pelted stones. In the incident, windshields of some trucks were shattered. However, there were no reports of inflicting injuries to the truckers, the reports added. The reports further say around 80 vehicles coming from other states with essential commodities reached Imphal on Tuesday around 8 p.m. The blockade began from the midnight of November 22, has been disrupting normal transportation of essential commodities in the landlocked state of Manipur. Manipur's coronavirus tally has reached 1,25,070 after 24 fresh cases were registered in the past 24 hours. The state registered one more fatality in the same hours. With this, the death toll stood at 1,966. The Manipur COVID-19 Command Control Room say the positivity rate was recorded at 1.4%. In a release, the State COVID-19 Command Control Room also said the fresh cases were confirmed after testing 1,660 samples. 10 people were discharged in the last 24 hours, it added. The Congress alleged on Thursday that there was a conspiracy against it, not only in Meghalaya but the whole of Northeast, a day after 12 out of 17 party legislators in the state jumped ship to the Trinamool Congress (TMC). Wednesday's development means that the Congress is no longer the principal opposition party in the state, with the Trinamool taking over the mantle. The conspiracy to break the Congress is happening not only in Meghalaya but the whole Northeast. I challenge West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee to first elect them Congress MLAs on her party's symbol and then formally welcome them to her party, Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury, Congress MP and the president of its West Bengal unit said, according to a media report. Let's take a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Tapta Institute of Fusion Music Taiphumgi Makhada Taptagi Sai Khaktada Yumpham Oiba The Voice of Taiphum Hana Mingthonba Singing Talent Hunt 4.0 Lakliba December gi tang kungamari Sogli Singaniga Kungamathoi Irai Numittagi Pangthokpa Hauzaragani Episode 9 Sathagadoriba Fusion Music Competition Asigi Winner Amadi First Second Runner Up Singda Pigadaba Kudung Sava Singdi Free Day Say Semba, Record Changba, Amadi Tapta Musical Concerta, Rotation 9 Sarugyahanba, Asina Singmani, Akupamarol Gidamak 93621099942 Natraga 60091663130 da Pau for you. Organized by Tapta Ven Music and Tapta Fan Club.
Welcome back after the break. Former Meghalaya Chief Minister Mukul Sangma has lashed out at the Congress while formally announcing his and 11 other MLA's decision to join the TMC. They have decided to join the Trinamool Congress TMC after much consideration, said Mukul Sangma while briefing media in Shillong on Thursday. Mukul Sangma further said that the Congress party, which he and 11 other MLAs quit and joined the TMC, has failed to perform its duty as the main opposition party across India. Mukul Sangma said commitment towards the state has superseded everything else. Notably, Mukul Sangma and Charles Pingrobe further revealed that role of IPAC head Prashant Kishore was instrumental in sealing the deal with the TMC. A three-line whip issued by Bharatiya Janata Party (BJP) to its members in the Rajya Sabha instructing them to be present in the House when the winter session of Parliament begins on November 29 is being seen as a signal that the government could introduce a bill to repeal the three farm laws on the first day of the session. The whip said that the BJP members who have to remain present to support the government while an important business was being taken up for discussion and passage in the House on Monday. Cabinet gives nod to repeal of farm laws. Prime Minister Narendra Modi last week announced that his government has decided to repeal the three farm laws that were being opposed by a section of farmers in Punjab, Haryana and parts of Uttar Pradesh. On Wednesday, the Union Cabinet approved that the repeal of the farm laws that triggered protracted farmer protests along the borders of the national capital. The first convention of Bariam, Mariamai, Riamai and Riamai clans of Assam, Manipur and Nagaland was held today at Rangkung Part 1 Common Ground in Tamenglong District. The convention was held on the theme Finding Roots, Wetting Shoots. The main objective of this convention was to bring about peace, unity and prosperity among Bariam, Mariamai, Riamai and Riamai clans. Chairman of the convention, Namtui Dinang S. Riamai, unveiled a monument of the convention. Traditional dances and rituals were performed by villagers of Kopum in honor of Rangkung village during the program. Dr. Kintui Jinang Maremai also released a souvenir on the occasion. Let's take another short break. Stay tuned.
Karigumba dom yumda laiba anaba singi hidak kappa dressing tauba blood sample loba rice tube hapa catheterization hapa enema tobinaba experience lairaba nurse amati doctor thibada awaba thengnabirabadi wabiraganu Medlin Home Nursing Care Service Manipurna pung kunmari chukna adongi yumda laktuna hidak kappa injection piba dressing tauba feeding tube hapa catheter hapa amadi makhal kya ge anaba sing experience lairaba doctor amadi nursing laktuna Mating Pangzari. Akupa Marol Gidamak Medellin gi helpline number 920-598-7988 Amukasu 920-598-7988 ta call tawuna tanabiu natraga Google Play Store dagi Medellin app download tawuna booking tawi.
Break. A Women Shumang Lila competition on the theme Women in Freedom Struggle kick-started today at Iboyaima Shumang Lila Shanglen in Palace Compound in Imphal. The competition is organized by the Department of Art and Culture. The competition is a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebrating 75 years of India's independence. A total of 8 women Shumang Lila groups are participating in the 8-day-long competition.
The prize.
The Indian Air Force on Thursday received 2 Mirage 2000 fighter aircraft from France at its Gwalior Air Base. The two second-hand combat aircrafts come as boost to IAF fighter jet fleet at a time when there is growing tensions on the line of actual control, LAC, especially with China, a media report said. The aircraft would be now upgraded to the latest standards as part of the Mirage upgrade program going on in the Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, the sources said. The two aircraft were acquired by the Indian Air Force as part of the program to make up the number of aircraft in the Mirage fighter fleet to around 50. Before we wrap up the bulletin, the top news headlines once again. 72-hour Manipur general strike evokes mixed response. Assam demands immediate release of 12 student bodies. "66 medical students fully vaccinated test COVID-19 positive." And Congress says conspiracy against it in Northeast. And that's a wrap for the Thursday English Bulletin. Stay tuned to Pony Television for more updates.